Dear students, in previous class we discussed about constructor overloading. Now last point in this chapter, that is the destructors. So we'll use constructors for the purpose of initializing the objects. We'll use the constructor for initializing the objects. When that is not necessary, when initialization is not necessary, we can use the destructors. Okay, in constructors we are initializing the values, allocating the values. In destructors we can deallocate the values. Using destructors we can deallocate the values. Now first see definition. What is definition? The constructor will be called automatically when an object is destroyed. As usual, our constructor is invoked automatically when object is created. Like that, destructors will be called automatically when object is destroyed. Okay. Destroying an object means deallocating all the resources such as memory that was allocated for the object by the constructors. Now see, what do you mean by destroying? What is object destroyed? Object destroyed means what? Destroying an object means deallocating all the resources such as, for example, memory. Deallocating all the resources that was allocated for the object by the constructors. Whatever the contents allocated for object through the constructors, that can be deallocated using the destructors. In simple meaning, using constructors we can allocate, using destructors we can deallocate. This is a concept, constructor and destructors. Using the constructors we can allocate, using the destructors whatever allocated that you can deallocate. This is called as a destructors. The destructors is a special member function that will be executed automatically when object is destroyed. It will have a, like constructor, the name same as that of class name but preceded by the tilde operator. See, destructor will be destroyed automatically. It is also a special member function. Destructors is also a special member function. It will be executed automatically when object is destroyed. It will have, like constructors, the same name of that class name. Constructor is having the same name of that class. Destructors is also having the same name of that class, but preceded by tilde operator. In destructors we are using same name but preceded with the tilde operator. Without tilde name means that is the constructors, with tilde name means it is the destructors. So when destructors will be worked, if you are using constructors, if you are allocated, then only you can deallocate. If you are not allocated, then there is no necessity to deallocate it. Means if you are used constructors, then only you are able to use the destructors. If you are not use the constructors, then you are not able to use the destructors, because you are not allocated anything. You are not allocated anything. How can you deallocate? If you are allocated, then only you can deallocate. If you are not allocated, then you are not able to deallocate anything. Okay. Then see syntax of the destructors. Class, class name. Class is a keyword. Class name is a destructor name. Okay. Then class is a keyword. Class name is the class name. You can give any class name. That depends upon you. And open this one, private. Data variables. Whatever data members are there, you can declare it in private. Then public. In public, class name open close bracket means it is a constructor. It is called as a constructor. And next line, tilde operator, class name open close bracket. It is called as a destructors. If you have used the constructors, then you can use the destructors. Close this one, semicolon means class is closed. One thing you may learn that when you can use the constructors. So destructors, if you have already declared the constructors. If you have declared the constructors, you can use the destructors. If you did not use the constructors, you are not able to use the destructors, because if you allocated anything, then only you can deallocate. If you did not allocate anything, then you are not able to deallocate a value. Got it? So this is about our definition syntax. Next, see one example. Class counter. Counter is our class name. Counter is our class name. Okay. Counter is our class name. Then open that class private int counter. So int is a data type, counter is a variable. So counter is it becomes a data variable. Public counter open close means it is a constructor. Open close means it is a constructor. Open the counter constructor. Then initialize counter is equal to 0. Initialize counter is equal to 0. Now we have initialize counter variable as 0. Then close this one. Then use the destructors open tilde operator with counter. So here what will happen? Whatever the allocated using constructor, whatever the allocated with constructor, that will be deallocated. Whatever the allocated using constructor, that will be deallocated. Close this one, semicolon. So your class is closed. This is one simple example. Then one more example, class account, open this one, private float balance and rate. Public account open close, it is constructor. Tilde operator account open close destructors. This is second example, destructor, constructor and destructors. One thing you have to keep in your mind, if you have declared constructor, then only you can use the destructors. If you did not use the constructors, you are not able to use the destructors. If you created a constructors, then only you can use the destructors. Okay. Now see some points related to destructors. There are some points that are related to our destructors. The destructor name is same as that of class name. The destructor's name should be same as the class name. The first character must be tilde operator. So first you have to use the tilde operator and then your class name. You have to use a class name. This is the first point you have to keep in your mind. Our destructor name should be same as our class name only. But only thing is that first operator should be tilde operator. First operator should be tilde operator. Second point, destructors do not have a return value. Destructors do not have a return value. It will not return anything. Like constructor. Constructors also not return anything. Same way, destructors also does not return anything. Destructors can never return a value. That is only. It will not return any value because it is deallocating. Whatever allocated, that you are going to deallocate using the destructors. So destructors will not able to return anything. It will not return any value. Next. They take no arguments. The constructors can have arguments. Parameter constructor can have arguments. But destructors is not having any argument. Destructors is not having any argument. Therefore, destructors cannot be overloaded. If you are not having any arguments, then it is not possible to overload it. If you are having the constructors, then only you can overload it. If you are not having the arguments, you are not able to destructor. This is a destructor. Okay. So destructors will not be overloaded. Destructors will not be overloaded. Next one. The most common use of destructor is to deallocate the memory that was allocated for the object by the constructor. The most use of the destructors is that to deallocate the memory that was allocated for the object by the constructors. This is also more important. Okay, whatever is allocated by the constructor, whatever the memory allocated by constructor, that you can deallocate using the destructors. In simple words, whatever the memory allocated by the constructors, that you can deallocate using the destructors. So destructors are used to deallocate the memory. Whatever the constructor is done, that you can going to deallocate. Then last point is destructor declared in public section only. Likewise, constructor. Constructors also defined in public section only. Same way, destructors can also you have to define in public only, not private and protected. So these are the some points you have to keep in your mind. So once again I will repeat. First is that destructor name should be same as class name. First character must be tilde operator. Destructor name is same as class name. First letter should be tilde operator. Second point, destructors do not have a return value. Destructors not having any return value, destructors can never return a value. It will not return. Likewise, constructor. Constructor also does not having any returning value. Same way, destructors is also not return any value. Third point, they take no arguments. Constructors can take the arguments, but destructors does not have any arguments. If it is not having arguments, then there is no need to overload it. Means it cannot be overloaded. So destructors cannot be overloaded. The most common use of destructors is to deallocate memory that was allocated for the object by the constructors. So using the constructors, whatever the memory allocated by the object, that will be deallocated using the destructors. The destructors declared in publish action. So likewise, destructors should be declared in publish action. So these are the some points you have to keep in your mind while declaring the destructors. Okay. Then see one programming example. Program to show the use of destructors. So private, first is the class name, header files, class num, num is a class name, class keyword is a class. Open this one, private int x is the private data members, public num is a character, constructor. Num open global bracket is a constructor. Then we will display, and then we will use the tilde operator with num, that is called as a destructors. Close this one. Next see num, open this one, see out in constructor x is equal to 100. We have assigned x as a 100. We have assigned value to the x as a 100. So this is what use of constructors. So next, when you use the destructors, automatically that will be destroyed. Whatever the memory is there, that will be destroyed automatically. Right? So this is about what your constructors. So this is the end of your chapter. So today or tomorrow I will share your notes and as well as assignment questions. You have to complete your notes in notebook and also write the assignment questions in assignment book. Both you have to complete. So today the Thursday, Friday and Saturday I will not take any classes. You have to complete your pending works and as well as you have to prepare for your weekend examination. So your weekend exam syllabus is chapter number 7 and 8, classes and object chapter number 7 and chapter number 8, overloading. Okay, this is your syllabus, chapter number 7 and chapter number 8. 7 is the classes and object, chapter number 8 is a function overloading. These are the two chapters. Already I told you these two chapters for your this weekend examination. Prepare well, and question paper pattern will be same. 5 marks, 2 marks 5 questions and 5 marks 4 questions. Total 25. Okay. So this is what your this weekend syllabus and this chapter will get finished. So complete the work within 2 days. Prepare for the exam. So Monday onwards I will take the next class. Okay. Thank you.